Happy Boxing Day and happy first night of Kwanzaa. As you can see, I am not on video today. Long story, not interesting, but happy day 26 of Daily December Art Candy. I'm really looking forward to enjoying a little bit of a certain color with you. I guess you can probably guess what it is. And so today's invitation is to think pink. I have some interesting information for you about the origins of the name of the color pink. And while I do that, I have 18 different red and red adjacent pigments that I'm going to mix with white so that we can see what kinds of pinks we can make with all of them. So I hope that you enjoy this visual eye candy while I talk to you about the color pink. But before we talk about the actual color pink, I have to talk with you about the color sap green. This is a short piece that I wrote when I was doing the color backstory project. So I am going to read it to you because I feel like it's an efficient way to share this information. So here it is. Okay, here's what we're dealing with. Sap wasn't sap. Green wasn't green. Pink was not pink. What else? Day is night, cats are dogs? Or just listen to this snippet from naturalpigments.com. A yellow pigment called sap green. The ripe berries were used to make Dutch pink, a yellow lake. Okay, medieval people with your name salad. I now attempt to sort it out. Number 1, the color. Sap green in modern tubes is a muted green pigment blend with a yellow cast meant to approximate the olden times version because the olden times version isn't light fast enough for modern use. Sap green was born in the Middle Ages from buckthorn berries. The juice of ripe and unripe berries yielded different hues. After additions such as tin, copper, or iron salts, the solution would be heated to different temperatures. Between all these variables, ripe, unripe, additions, temperature, the hues would range from orange to yellow to green. So if you Google sap green, you're also going to see info on a yellow color that's called Stille de Gran from those buckthorn berries. They are described as being the same thing, but it seems more like they all just come from the same berry. That's like me saying you are your sister because you had the same parents, but maybe sap green really was yellow or perhaps greenish yellow. Number 2, the sap. After the solution cooked, it would reduce to a syrupy, thick stuff. I couldn't find an answer to this one, but I'm guessing that's why it was called sap, because it was sticky, syrupy stuff. By the way, seems like all the literature I read on sap green mentions that the syrup was carried around in animal bladders. Number 3, about pink. The first pink was not pink. It was this stuff, or specifically, it was that yellow Stille de Gran. Historians aren't 100% sure why it was called pink, but a theory is that it came from the German word pinken, translation to piss. Was it the color? The bladder thing? Anyway, if you see any older writings referring to Dutch pink, Italian pink, brown pink, or English pink, then it's talking about yellow. Or sap green? Why do we even use words? Anyway, so I have been on the hunt to find out, when did pink become this thing that we think of when we see this lightened red color? And there is a little bit of lack of clarity here. It's a little bit of a chicken and egg thing. You know, have you heard of pinking shears? The zigzag pattern that you can make when you're cutting fabric. This is a very old term to pink fabric. And this zigzag pattern is also found on the edges of a certain flower called, that's right, called pinks. And they're also known as dianthus flowers, and they have the ragged edges as well. And so dianthus flowers have been portrayed often in art with women holding them, and they are supposed to symbolize feelings of love, affection, gratitude, and admiration. One reason why people aren't all in agreement about pinks being the source of the color pink has something to do with the fact that not all dianthus flowers are this light pink color. Anyway, I think it's time to do more research, but at least we're on to something. So let's see what all of these different beautiful reds and colors close to red will yield. I'm so surprised by how many different hues of pink we can make here. And I organized it mostly by the color index generic names, which is a number. And what we have here is a real range of pinks that I would love to redo, but do it in order of, like, let's say warm to cool or something like that. You'll see. It's pretty cool to see the whole cornucopia of pinks, though. So please enjoy.